Havoc.
News, interviews, and more.
We just reek of Huntsville Havoc hockey.
We're back with another Hocktober episode of the Reekin Havoc podcast. I'm Tim Lambert. Game 1 is in the books. So Laura Pitts and Catherine Wistoft decided to get together and share their thoughts about it, plus some other things before the home opener this weekend. Coming up, we'll also pass along some numbers from last Friday's road victory over Roanoke. Coach Stu Steffen will give us his first pick of the pack for this new season, and we'll also have some reminders as the year gets started. The Reekin Havoc podcast will be right back.
The Reekin Havoc podcast.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's towing, tire, and truck repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Got something to say? Put it on a t-shirt, or hoodie, or apron, or even an iPhone case. Just go to daddyoscustomtees.com and make it happen. Look through their selection of ready-made designs, or make one of your own. Check out their special hockey designs, too. With Daddy O's Custom Tees, you can truly have it your way. Look for Daddy O's Custom Tees on Facebook, follow them on Twitter or Instagram, or go online to daddyoscustomtees.com. That's DADDYOS Custom TEES.com. Daddy O's Custom Tees. They've got your back or front.
Let's go in the slot.
Okay, Havoc fans, Catherine and I are back. The season has started, and we wanted to jump on and kind of give our thoughts and, have a little conversation since the first game has happened. We're, going to be at the Von Braun on Friday to celebrate what I feel is the actual start of hockey season when you have it in the Von Braun. I don't know about you, Catherine, if that's how you feel, but that's how I feel. So, yeah, we're back. It's another season. Catherine, how are you feeling so far?
First of all, I agree. I think the first home game really cements the beginning of the season. And I'm feeling very hopeful. I'm feeling really good about this team. From what I saw Friday, once they work out the little kinks and figure out very quickly like what's going to work and what's not, I think it's really going to go well, truthfully.
Yeah, it's always a starting year. Every year to me, I feel is a new slate. I know we bring people from last year on, and I know there's been a lot of chatter about who didn't come back. I'm very sad about some of the people that aren't returning, like Posa, for example. Like, I'm really sad because not that the team's not good with or without them, but that they're just such iconic characters as part of those seasons. And so I'm really sad about that. But it's also, I really love the start of the season because all bets are off. Everything's new. And it's just a different feeling. And so I was really excited last week to turn on Flow Hockey and get to sit and watch. I don't know. I just get to watch hockey again. Like, it was just exciting. And it wasn't the fact that, I've been watching NHL hockey for a few weeks, but I don't know. There's just something different.
It's not the same.
I don't know if you feel the same way as I do about that.
I agree. This is the first time that I'm having the Flow Sports, the hockey. So Friday night was a very good feeling. Not having to wait another week to watch. I was very excited and pleasantly surprised. I don't know if Roanoke just has a good team, like media team, versus some of the other spots that I hear about in terms of recording and commentating.
This is your first year with Flow Hockey, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So, you're going to see teams that have it together and teams that don't have it together, all of that kind of stuff. And then there's a few teams that have really interesting bumper music between periods and between commercials. And so, like,
oh gosh,
Peoria even has like a little jingle that I'll get stuck in my head when we watch Peoria. But yeah. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, Huntsville took on the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs in their opener up in Roanoke, Virginia. Final score, looked
42.
good. 4-2. Yeah, Havoc took the win on that one. What were your thoughts kind of when the game started and a couple of those first period power plays and things that took place?
Yeah, so I know like throughout the whole game, we have Matt Allen who did a stint in the ECHL. I think he had like 14 games in the ECHL maybe last season, and he had 2 goals. And then Gio Procopio, obviously, a fan favorite, he had 2 assists. It was a very, very physically, I can't think of the word, like a very physical game.
Yeah.
There was 49 penalty minutes for Huntsville and 41 for Roanoke. So that feels like a lot. I haven't really been one to keep up with stats a ton, but this year I think I will. It makes me feel like I'm learning more and more about hockey when I'm working on stats and whatnot. And I know for us, we had like 5-on-3, like 2 or 3 times where we were the 3 and were able to kill, I think we killed 5 of those 6 penalties. Or
yeah,
power plays for them.
Whenever we end up on a power play, I always get nervous. I mean,
Same.
I think I get nervous if it's a penalty kill or a power play because anything and everything's kind of, I feel like on the line a little bit more in those moments. And I was pleasantly surprised at how we handled that on the opening night, especially in an away situation, and we had some new guys out there too that were kind of, trying out the ice and stuff. You mentioned that the first period, Matt Allen scored on that power play, and then the second period, Roanoke tied it up on a power play goal, and then took a 2-1 lead with another power play goal later in the period. But then, third period shows up, and again, this happens all the time. I don't know what happens between the second period and the third period, but whatever that locker room magic is, Huntsville responded pretty quickly. Alger tied it up at 2-2 at 1:15, and then we had another one who made that next goal. Is that David?
I think it's David Novotny.
Yeah, that's it. And then Allen again made it 4-2. So that was a pretty good way to start the season out. I thought the guys came out playing pretty strong. I didn't feel like everybody was playing timid. I mean, I felt like they were out there for, I wouldn't say some revenge, but I felt like they were out there taking business, right? And starting the season out pretty good.
Yeah. Hungry, I think is probably a good word.
Yeah. And what do you think's kind of led to that? I mean, we know how last season ended, but still.
I think just getting as close as they did the last 2 years, because I think, was it the year previously that they were playing Peoria for everything?
Yeah.
So to get that close and then this last season get into the playoffs again and that not going the way we were hoping for. But you know what? Evansville went and won the whole thing. So I love that for them, but not for me, not for us. I think that just created a new fire because they are tired of not winning.
Well, and also I have to think about the fact that it's very unusual for Havoc to be out the first round of the playoffs. I mean, that doesn't really happen. We might get out the second round, but we don't get out the first round. And so I think that really threw them as a team, and I would probably say even as coaches, probably threw everybody for a loop. Like, wait, how did we miss that? Where did we miss that mark? Where did we kind of not have enough strength in certain areas and cohesion as a team for that? And I'm sure that, that was a letdown for the guys that left last year. And I'm sure that's still kind of a sore spot. And so I think you're right. They came out with a hunger. It's not necessarily like a revenge tour or any of those things or a defending. It's a hunger that if you're a Havoc fan, you understand that.
Right. That sounds right.
Okay, so I wanted to also spotlight goaltending. Wilson did great, had 32 of
Yeah.
34 shots to secure that win. I thought he looked very on point as well.
Yes, he has like a .931 save percentage last season. So very consistent goaltending. I really, really, really like him.
I was a
Yeah.
little, I felt my stomach drop when I heard Rhoda Bush was in goal because when you hear that name, you just know that it's going to be a tough game down there at the pipes.
And I could be wrong on this. Please don't let me be wrong on this by saying it. But is that goalie not the one that's kind of known for maybe pushing the net off?
Okay. I don't know if that's true or not. However, I did notice comments in our wonderful fan cave in our
Yeah.
pages online where they were making mention that, oh, this happened now. So I did see
Yeah.
the smack talk kind of start returning again. So I don't really know the answer to that. I can't say yay or nay, but
Right.
I guess the season will show itself over time when it comes to Rhoda Bush. But I was just like, oh, you
We'll
got to be
see
kidding
you.
me.
Just so you know.
But I
Keep
did.
on watching.
I thought, oh my gosh, this is who we get our first time out. So
Right.
it was a pretty solid road opener. The guys showed a lot of resilience, especially being down. They didn't let that mid-game deficit really tear them up when they went into the locker room before the third period, and I was really, really pleased with that. Um, let's talk a little bit more about penalties. We had some fighting, and I have to say, I was pretty excited when I saw the gloves and the scuffling started happening. I was like, oh yeah, we're back. And of course, Reggie was in the middle of it.
I mean, I know one of their players has, the team had like 12 penalties, I believe, like 41 minutes, 12 penalties. Half of their penalties was one player. Even Reg doesn't do that. And all love, no hate. I know that people just don't make great decisions in the heat of the moment, but even Reggie isn't, even he doesn't do stuff like that. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I was doing a little research, kind of trying to look a little bit at those penalties. There was a pretty big one that Reggie got. Was it in the second or was it in the third?
The third one was the entire that no, the second one was when he got slashed in the back. I do
That's
believe.
it. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that one because I saw it on the replay, and so
Right.
You sent me a text or like we have got to talk about this.
If stepping back and being objective for a moment, in me watching that live, I think Reggie was skating and the other guy just so happened to like bend over as Reggie was skating by. And I don't know that Cole saw him and just so happened to like catch the tip of his head. So, was it great? No. But I genuinely don't think there was any ill intent behind it. And the dude was not happy about it. Turned around, who just did that? And slashes, I don't know if he slashed him like the back of his legs or his back. I think it was the back of his legs maybe because it sent him like to his knees on the ice. And Reggie's not really the type to like stop what he's doing to assess what's going on. But he stops and like is feeling his back, I guess, because he was probably like, damn, that kind of hurt. And then the guy tackles Reggie like over his head and sends them both sprawling onto the ice. And it takes about 3 seconds, Reggie being attacked from behind him, it takes him about 3 seconds to somehow end up on top of this guy. Like, it's just, he produces just miracles, I feel like. And they both got 10-minute misconducts and 5 minutes for fighting and continuing the altercation. I feel like maybe the other guy got thrown out later.
Bryce Martin. Yeah.
He ended up being thrown out. Maybe that was the third period.
It was the third. I knew I had that written down somewhere. And I was also just laughing, you telling me about all the freaking penalties. And most of them were roughing, holding, roughing. Martin
Yeah.
had like a ton of sportsmanlike conduct, more roughing, more stuff. There was some slashing, elbowing. I mean, crazy stuff. But I have to think too when it comes to Reggie. Oftentimes I wonder if the other team's wanting to provoke him on purpose because they
Oh,
know
100%. 100% they are.
and they know he's going to defend it no matter what.
And I was I don't want to use the word scared because it's not me, anything like that. But I was very concerned that because of last year, anytime he would get like a misconduct for, like 10 minutes or game or whatever, he was almost automatically suspended another game. And I was like, if this happens to this man right before our home opener, when he is such a well-known guy in the community, I was telling my mother, I was like, I'm going to lose it because that's ridiculous. Luckily, what is today, Monday?
Yeah.
They came out with like the stuff for transactions and whatnot. And so I'm assuming nobody got suspended, to be honest.
I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm looking at STL. I'm looking at transactions. I don't see anything pertaining to us. Like, I don't see anything we should be too concerned about. So
I think it's a little crazy that the other guy didn't get suspended. I was seeing comments like from Roanoke fans saying, I'm a Roanoke fan, but that was crazy, or that was uncalled for, blah, blah, blah. So that's just like,
it's weird. It's a fun line. We enjoy that hype up and stuff that you get from the rush, right? There's just such a rush. I mean, I'm sitting here watching it at home and there's such a rush of watching them fight. But then also when they start slashing and hitting each other and laying on each other with the sticks, there's something different. I know some Huntsville and even some SPHL faithful. I remember a few years ago when Austin Lotz with the Bulls took a slashing. He kind of lost his cool and did a little bit of slashing like that with his stick to a player, and it didn't bode well for him. He got suspended, expelled, however you want to call it, for a lot of games when it came down to it. And so I've never really been a fan of that. So yeah.
I think like when they're fighting or roughing or whatever, it's not with ill intent most of the time. It's when it becomes like ill intent that I'm like, okay, you don't need to be y'all gotta stop. The fighting is whatever, the roughing is whatever. Yeah. But the slashing, the ill intent, I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
That's don't like.
I'm with you on that. So overall though, you pretty impressed with the game. I was pretty impressed with them too. We've got Pensacola coming up this weekend. I'm always nervous when we play Pensacola. Pensacola is always a good team. I mean, they have their ups and downs throughout the season, but Pensacola is one of these teams where they can kind of sneak up on you and they can kind of figure out how to win, and they can have a few really bad weeks of not having really steady games, and then they can kind of come out from nowhere, and the next thing you know, like they're like doing a very, very good job. They beat Macon, which is no surprise. I shouldn't have said that, but it's true. They beat Macon 1-2. Looks like they got that done in overtime with the shootout. So looks like they had a pretty good fight, put up a pretty good thing with them. But I've got Pensacola coming up this weekend.
I was actually Saturday night. I was at home and I was so bored, and my ESPN wasn't working to watch my NHL team. And I said, you know what? I've got Flow Hockey. So I sat there and I watched Pensacola and Macon. And I was like, wow, I'm kind of bored by these guys, but you know what? It's hockey. I'll take it all day. So I ended up watching their game and a little bit of the Peoria Quad City, but I don't like watching them.
Well, I think that's one of the fun parts of having Flow Hockey that I think a lot of people don't realize is you get to really keep up with everybody in the league. And it's just really neat. We tend to go and watch a bunch of the other teams like that when we get bored or when there's nothing else on. And it's also really good, too, if a team's it's like on a really good winning streak, right? You can kind of go ahead and watch and kind of see what they're all about. So that's always been kind of a cool thing as well. Go ahead.
We got who was it? We got two players from Briarcrest College
Okay.
And I can't remember the other one. One of them was that Jacob Arsenault.
Yeah.
And he spent 3 years as captain at Briarcrest, and did he get a goal, or he got an assist on our game Friday? And I think he was the one that I was like, he was kind of like catching my eye every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's like, I like the way that guy skates. I don't know how to explain it because I'm not good at skating. I wish I had a better answer on that one, but I saw him skating and I was like, I like the way that guy skates.
I was really impressed listening to the announcers for Roanoke talking about, I was really impressed with them talking about some of our new players and talking about Josh Kestner. I thought that they were really like
our hometown kid, right?
What now?
That's our hometown kid, right?
Yeah, that's our hometown kid. And, he's not only back, he's a product of UAH, which is great for that program. He had a huge career in North America and Europe. He was there 4 seasons at UAH and was very good offensive guy for the Chargers. And then he even got to do some AHL with Toronto Marioles. So I thought that was really good. But listening to his journey was interesting because it was neat to hear the announcers kind of talk about some of these guys and their expectation. And I thought that was just really neat because they were also like, Havoc did some recruiting. Like they worked hard and did some like recruiting. And so I thought that was just kind of a really good testament to Coach and Tyler to Stu and Tyler for what they have kind of done in the off season of getting back to that mentality, right? That pack mentality and who are the best people for the team and all of that I've always heard them talk about. So it was just kind of neat to hear the announcers be like, oh, they've got a really good lineup this year.
The other Briarcrest was Ethan Lindsay, and he's like straight out of college. I think he's literally like 22, which now that I'm no longer 22, I think it's like, aw, like a little kid. Obviously, that's not the case.
Right, right.
He came in this game and I think he got 12 penalty minutes.
Wow.
And he reminded me a lot of Reg. He was very like immediately to step up for the other guys. He was also one that I believe he got a misconduct as well for continuing an altercation. I do believe. So I'm glad to hear that so that hopefully, I'm okay with that. And he's not a big guy, right? Yeah, no, he's not a big guy, but I'm hoping, if that's him kind of stepping up and saying, this is the role I want to step up for these guys. I want to be I can't think of the word, like a protector, and hopefully that gives Cole a little bit more room to get some more points.
Yeah.
This year.
Good. He's such a good player. He's so persistent. When he's able to make those goals and get those shots in, like he's so good and so technical. And sometimes I'm like, don't let the fighting get in the way of just how really wonderful you are as an athlete and not let us see that wonderful part of you.
Well, last year he had 2 game-winning goals.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he knows how to play. He knows what he's doing. It's just about letting, someone else stand up as well.
Yeah.
And I think I have hopes that Ethan Lindsay is going to be starting that a little bit. I'm already getting vibes of that, and I'm not mad at it because he did not even hesitate on certain things.
Yeah.
So I have good feelings about that one.
Okay. Any other final thoughts or comments about last Friday's game?
I don't think so. I really, really, really hope our power play percentages get a little bit better this season. Like I think I was telling you earlier, me and one of my friends were going to do some stats on power plays last year, but we didn't think about it until it was too late. So hopefully this year, I'll be able to actually keep it accurate. Because, man, I really hope it's better. Our penalty kills are good. I remember last year when we were on penalty killing, I wasn't as nervous as when we were on a power play.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think they're both equally weighted, but I also see that, power play, you've still got all those men out there. And sometimes I think you can just kind of let it get away from you that the other team can do just as much damage with 3 guys as you can with 4. And you forget that when you're in the zone. Yeah.
100%.
Well, I'm excited about Friday. I'm excited to see, I'm excited to be back in the Von Braun. I'm excited to
I'm so excited
to get my extremely overpriced alcoholic drink and watch the game. And so I'm super excited about that. I've got tickets, bringing the kid. He's super excited.
Bushwhackers are calling my name, Laura. Oh my goodness.
We bought a bunch of new hockey jerseys when we went to Canada and went to the Hockey Hall of Fame, which I still can't wait to come on and do an episode and share all the wonderful things about that experience. But he's already chosen his hockey jersey for the game. So
I love that.
Yeah. So it's just wonderful. I'm just super excited.
We'll be back with more of the Reekin Havoc podcast.
Time now for the Huntsville Havoc Pick of the Pack, a weekly spotlight.
Head coach Stuart Steffen.
Our equipment manager there, Kyle Harden, just won Equipment Manager of the Year. He's a younger guy, kind of grew up in Memphis there, was a stick boy for the River Kings for a long time, and then I think went on to the North American League and was an equipment manager there, and then did a year in Evansville, and then, he's been here the last 2 years, and I think even from last year to this year, he's grown a lot, taken a big step as an equipment manager in that role, and his biggest asset, I think, for him is just like an incredibly nice guy, willing to do anything for the players. Like, we had our exit interviews the last couple of days here, and every single guy said, absolutely love Kyle. He's such a nice guy. He tries to help him out as much as possible and always willing to help the other players. And I think a big part of winning Equipment Manager of the Year is also being very accommodating to the other teams, being nice and treating them well when they come here. And then when we go places too, is just really trying to help out teams. So obviously having Kyle here for his second year, I think he's done a fantastic job and, always has a good attitude around the rink too. So definitely needs a guy to work with, and we're glad to have him and look forward to having him back next year as well. Cody Miller, he's our athletic trainer, just got named Athletic Trainer of the Year. Kind of back-to-back for him. Last year, he was the co-athletic trainer of the year with Kyle there from Fayetteville, but this year, he won it solo. He was in Birmingham for, quite a few years, and then came over when, our trainer here kind of moved on to something else, and he's done a fantastic job the last 2 years. I know, same thing with, again, we had our exit meetings with guys, and all the guys had positive things to say.
My name is Joel, and I came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in December of 1987 to be treated for osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. We didn't know anything about St. Jude. We didn't know what they meant, or that, when we got here, what we would do, how it would be taken care of. And when we arrived, we found out that my family wasn't going to have to pay for any of my treatment, not for my medicine, not for travel, not for housing, not for food. St. Jude was going to cover all that. St. Jude supported me in every way, from, taking that financial burden off my parents to making sure that all of my family was included in this time. St. Jude literally means everything to me. I get to go home to my family tonight. I get to cook dinner for them. That's what you're giving. You are giving us everything by supporting St. Jude. So thank you so much.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, this is Cole Reginato, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
I'm also, I want to do a shout out. I'm also really excited about our new broadcast team. I know it seems like we have so many changes with just the Havoc production in general. And I know a lot of us are like, what's going on? What is this about? We don't like change. We miss all this and that. I mean, I'm one of them too. I've been fussing about some things behind the scenes also. But, change is good. I try to remind myself of that. And I really enjoyed talking to the Bandits in the podcast a few weeks ago. I really enjoyed listening to them and getting them to share a little bit about who they were with the audience. And I really think we're gonna enjoy them. I think they're gonna bring a new kind of level of excitement to the calling. I told them. Make sure you get everybody's name correct. So do
Oh my gosh.
Make sure if you don't want to be the laughing stock of the Flow Hockey listeners, just go ahead and get the names right. And we all laughed about it, but I'm really excited about them. I think they're going to be great. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good. I will say, with the changes, the social media, y'all need a raise. That is in their social media during the off season and like coming into the season has been so good.
Yeah.
And at the meet the team party that I went to, they showcased the new what is it, like the new intro video? Oh my goodness. First of all, maybe that's not appropriate. Never mind.
I can't give it away until Friday. But
No, I know that. I was just going to say they know what they're doing. Okay, I'll just say that. Good. They know what they're doing.
Okay.
And I just think they have upped that part of the team, like the social media, the marketing. Yeah. I think they've done really well in the off season on getting that, a little bit better, whatever the word you want to use. It's gotten good.
As a season ticket holder, then there were a lot of changes to season ticket holders, and I've seen a lot of conversation about that. And we've had conversations about it. So I'm just curious about your thoughts on some of the changes with season ticket holders. Kind of, what are you thinking? I mean, we're not they're not bashing anything. We're just talking about it. So what are your thoughts on some of it?
I personally, last season was my first season being a season ticket holder. So this is year number 2. I personally, I know they were talking about the difference in the perks, gift wise. I personally don't care that we're not getting a jersey because I didn't wear the one last year. I'm not a huge fan of the, quality of last year. So I don't really mind. I love the cup that we got. I'll have to show it to you. I love that because I'm going to use that a lot more than, anything else. That's my favorite thing. I think the perks of getting in, half an hour early. You get to go, if you get there early enough, you can watch the guys play. I believe they call it sewer ball. They'll play it in the concourse. Is that the word?
Yeah.
I like that. I think the pricing is not that bad. And, it's the thing with change, it sucks. Nobody likes change. And the pricing going up, honestly, not horrible. People are like, oh my gosh, it's going up. That's ridiculous. For me, I think my ticket went up $10.
That's not terrible.
But we also got a whole nother game. Yeah. So that's just another ticket.
Yeah.
I personally, it doesn't bother me.
What are your thoughts on this new season ticket holders getting rid of your tickets, selling them, or losing them kind of thing? I mean, I know the deal is you want people in the arena and you want the tickets to be used, but what do you? I mean, you're new at the season ticket holder thing, so maybe that doesn't affect you as much.
I personally, I'm gonna go to every game. If I'm getting rid of a ticket, it's because I physically, emotionally, mentally cannot go. So if I'm getting rid of them, it's because I literally can't go. This is going to be a controversial take, I think, but it is what it is. I kind of agree with the whole, if you're not using your tickets, whether that be you going, you giving them to people or selling them and them going, if those tickets aren't being used and you're getting penalized for it, I don't hate that. I think that that's a smart decision because I love all the sellouts and everything, and I get that, but they're not being used. It's a sellout, that's fine, but there are so many seats that aren't being used.
And it also is I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's misconstrued or it's just, I don't know. It's just, you say sellout, and we know, because I've asked this to people before, it's because we sold that many tickets. It didn't have anything to do with physical bodies. And so I think that we have also gotten kind of not a bad rap, but kind of a little bad chatter about the fact that we do have a lot of open seats in the 200s and some of the 300s. There's some empty spots that are season ticket holders that aren't there, but it was a sellout, and that can kind of look a little.
Yeah, and there are so many people, you're included in this, I know you are, that would spend the money and take the time to go to games, and they physically can't get tickets because the tickets were sold and we had the season ticket holders. So if you're not going to use them, somebody else will. That's, I got really, really lucky that right before I got season tickets was right before all the games were selling out.
Right.
So I was able to go to all the games I wanted. And then when we got season tickets, that's when games started selling out. So I got lucky, that I didn't have to worry about that. And I know that there are people that are like, I'll give you $40 a ticket if you'll give it to me.
We were season ticket holders and we loved being season ticket holders that year. But because of our work schedule and just kind of how life is for us, it doesn't really do us any good to be season ticket holders because we know that there's times when we can't go. And that it was more of a hassle, in my opinion, for me to try to sell that ticket or find somebody to take the tickets and stuff. And I know people would have taken them, but there were times when we didn't really have anybody that wanted them for whatever purpose. And they were good seats. They weren't terrible, but it was just a lot of work. And also back then we didn't have everything digital. So we had the physical tickets, or you'd have to drop the tickets off at the front office, or transferred somehow. And so I think there's a lot more flexibility with how we can get those tickets. I'm not quite sure what I think about everything still going through Ticketmaster because
I'm not a fan.
I think the fees are outrageous. And yes, I know, go to the Call the Havoc office. I'll do that until I'm dead because don't like doing the ticket price increases with Ticketmaster, but you're right. I fall into that category. I would be happy to buy somebody's tickets if I'm able to go. So
right. And if you don't know this already, there is a group on Facebook specifically for selling and buying and exchanging Havoc tickets. And that's such an easy way to buy and sell tickets, rather than Ticketmaster, where all those fees are more than the ticket prices. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why, any tickets we had last year that we couldn't go, the first thing we did was offer them to friends, offer them to family. The second thing we did was post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was one game that our tickets didn't get used.
Yeah. And I was always thankful when we'd have a set. If we couldn't use them, somebody could swap with me. And it was so nice to find people in that group that were like, oh yeah, I'll take those tickets for this week and you can have mine for next week because I can't go. That nice camaraderie was really nice. So I guess what we're saying is that there is a will, there is a way to get to the game or to get your tickets sold. So
I'm not mad at getting penalized if you're just holding on to those tickets, you're not using them, you're not getting rid of them. Maybe you shouldn't have those tickets because there are people that will use them.
Yeah.
It's controversial, but that's how I feel about it.
Now, I will say I am not a season ticket holder, but I do think everybody should have gotten a popcorn bucket. That's all I will say about y'all's merch conversation. I think everybody should have gotten a popcorn bucket. Who thinks that a family of 4 is going to share one of those buckets has lost their mind. I can only imagine some of the kids that you and I have both seen at hockey games with all those families. Just give everybody a popcorn bucket. Okay.
I will say, so I have one season ticket holder and I have one season ticket, and then my parents bought 4 because I have a niece and nephew who love to go. I have siblings that love to go. We have friends, blah, blah, blah. Those tickets will always be used. So we got 2 buckets because I have my own account. So when we go, usually we only take 1 bucket, but when my niece and nephew go, they can eat their entire own bucket. So we have 2. So I understand if it's a family of 4, right? So you got 2 people over the age of 18 and 2 people under. Yeah, you should get 2 buckets.
I think you should get 2 buckets. Okay, I'm going to die on the hill, but popcorn doesn't cost that much. The buckets were probably made in China. Just give everybody an extra bucket. Okay?
I think, a bucket for maybe every 2 seats, something along those lines.
I would rather have had a bucket if we had 3 season tickets that year, and I would have rather had 2, me and Drew, and then our kid. And I would have said 2 buckets would have been perfect. Me and Drew could have shared. Gabe could have had his own, right? Or Gabe and his buddy, if a friend came.
Right.
I know. I'm going to die on this hill. Everybody there should be extra buckets, and popcorn doesn't cost that much to do. Anyway, that's my
I do. I wish there was. I'm sure it's well planned and it's all like intentional. I do wish that like the way they discounted merch for season tickets were done a little bit differently. Like, I don't know how it could be done differently. I just know that like I don't notice until I'm at the game and I'm like, I'm not buying this right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go watch hockey. I'm not going to search through the merch store for this thing that's 10% off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not. I'd rather it be like 10% off everything than like, oh, for this game, this sweatshirt is 40% off. I don't have the patience to be waiting on that. I just don't.
I'm also going to say that my favorite thing I have is when you were wonderful and went and played, went to the thing, the sale at the end of the year, and you
The yard sale.
Yeah, and you're like, do you want this hoodie? And I was like, sure. And I was like, I don't know anything about it. That's my favorite hoodie I have ever owned. My favorite Havoc hoodie. It's wonderful. I will live and breathe on the Havoc sale and just go get it then and be just just as happy.
My Havoc hoodie is also my favorite hoodie, and I have like 6.
Well, I will say this. I did make my husband bite the bullet and go ahead and order me a Peanuts Snoopy holiday jersey. I have wanted one every single year that they have them. If any of you out there in Reekin Havoc land don't know, I am obsessed with Charlie Brown and Snoopy, and it is everywhere. It's like all over my office, half of our house, the whole 9 yards. Like, it's a thing. So I've been wanting to collect Snoopy or Peanuts themed jerseys from all the SPHL teams. Like, it's a thing. Like, I want one from every single SPHL team. And so this year my husband did good and went ahead and got me one ordered. So super happy.
See, that's something else that I like that has changed is like the pre-sale.
Oh, love it. That's so much better than it was.
Love.
I was very vocal and very mad every year when the Peanuts jerseys would go on because I wouldn't know about it and then they would be gone. So I was very thankful for this. I do wish that the bidding one had been a little bit cheaper starting out because I think a Peanuts jersey that had said Dr. Lola on the back of it would have been amazing and I would have been super happy about that. But I'll be happy with the one that I get, so I can't wait for that one.
There was a couple of jerseys last year that I didn't bite the bullet on them fast enough and then they were gone.
Yeah.
Because you have like 12 hours. That's
why I was like, Drew, do you see what just went out? Like, I know which size I need and I think I put it on a payment plan. And so you'll laugh at this really quickly. I accidentally sent that picture of the jersey to my mother that morning. I was trying to send it to Drew. And then I was like, oh, sorry, wrong person. So later in the day, she comes back and she says, is that a shirt? Can you buy that? And I was like, it's actually a jersey. It's not a shirt, Mom. And I was like, don't worry. I've already got one ordered.
Did you decide which jersey, like which home jersey is your favorite this season?
So
while we're on this whole thing today.
Okay. I am not a fan of any of those jerseys. Like, I have not been a fan. I know I'm terrible. I was not a fan of the weird logo down the side last year. That,
oh my gosh,
I did not like that. As somebody who does graphic design, I was not impressed with that one. I
love that one.
I just didn't like it.
Gosh.
I like the one that they have this year that they played in their away game one with the wolf. I do like that one that they had this year. I really think the wolf has a little bit more character to him. And stuff.
I do.
Yeah, I really like that one, but I'm not super impressed with them, to be honest. I don't know. One of them will probably grow on me. That's usually how it happens. It's just that last year, none of them grew on me.
So I think my thing is, we talk about it all the time, like how I'm a newer fan. I guess now that like I'm on my 3rd season, I forget that like I'm not really a newbie anymore. And I love that for me. But I think because the like diagonal Havoc just is so like, to me, it's like so like quintessential hockey jersey, I guess, to me. Maybe it's because of like the Rangers. That's my brother-in-law's team.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I think of. I think that's why I like it so much. That the like retro, what is it like the, what is it called? Like the retro alternate.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like, it looks like Huntsville High School to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was going to the shop real quick to look at them. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't really like I pulled them up right here. I don't like that Huntsville H. You're talking about the H. It's got the real script side to it and the black lines.
It just kind of it looks like Huntsville High School.
It looks more of like soccer to me.
That's true.
It has like more of a soccer vibe to me than a hockey vibe. In my opinion, personally, if I have to pick one, anything that's gonna have that wolf logo on it is probably gonna be my thing.
I was sitting today deciding like what jersey I'm gonna buy because I kind of want to buy one before the home opener. But man, oh my gosh, they came out with a Mickey and Friends today.
No,
oh my gosh,
I was just looking at that. Oh
my gosh, I love the Mickey head, the Mickey ears. Oh my gosh, wait.
Okay, so I will say this. Okay, I know we're probably getting off track, and Tim's going to kill us when he edits it. But I will say this too. I would love for if some fans want to do this, if they know that we're going to be at a game together, because Catherine and I get together in halftime near where she sits.
Ew, Laura.
Not halftime. Jesus, help me. It's been a long day. Between the periods, Lord help me. I have had a long day. We always get between the periods. We always get together and chat and talk. We might record some stuff for the podcast or just hang out. I would love to come up with some time if people want to. I am all about exchanging some cool Havoc friendship bracelets. So,
like those Taylor Swift ones.
Yeah, I really think that would be a lot of fun. So if there's some people out there that want to do it, comment on our Reekin Havoc page and let us know. I would love to come up with a night where we can kind of meet up somewhere in that area and do some fun stuff for the podcast. Get you guys on. You can share your favorite Havoc stuff. And we can do some friendship bracelet trading. I think that'll be a lot of fun too. I like that. Okay. Any last thoughts before we end? Ooh, Fear the Pack hoodie. All the stuff for the youth is the things I like.
I think you're really going to like the intro video. I really do. I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
This last one, what was it? The fire, the Red Moon thing. That one is one of my all-time favorite social media videos of sports ever. I love it. And this one for this year, I think I might like it better.
Okay. Well, last year's was hard to beat. I really enjoyed last year.
I agree. I very much agree.
Okay.
But I think it's cool.
Well,
more intimidating.
Okay.
More,
Yeah. Okay.
Without giving everything away.
Okay. Good deal. Okay. Well, that just gives us more time. We've got a few more days until we get to see everything in person. I'm looking forward to being back in the Von Braun with my kids.
So excited.
With my podcast buddies. I'm looking forward to being back with my overpriced alcoholic drink, my popcorn.
Calling my name.
All the things. I cannot wait. And I cannot wait to hear just the game on the ice. I just love that sound. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And if you haven't checked out our podcast, please do. We've got lots of fun stuff coming this season. Lots of cool interviews that we've got coming up with some players. We're just all kinds of fun things. So if you have an idea also for something you'd like for us to talk about or somebody you'd like for us to track down, let me know. We'll do our best to find them and tell them that some fans want them on the podcast. Till next time, everybody, keep reeking of Huntsville Havoc hockey, and we'll see you at the Von Braun on Friday.
The Reekin Havoc Podcast.
In June of 2005, our twin girls were delivered, Melissa and Ann Catherine, and they were born 14 weeks early.
Amy and Chris George talk about the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund.
They both weighed less than 2 pounds. Ann Catherine was 115 and Melissa was 1'9". Melissa lived for a couple of hours, but all of the medical technology in the world just could not have saved her, and she passed away while she was in the NICU. Chris realized pretty early that God had given us a platform that we could use to try to help people. So Chris and I started the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund at Huntsville Hospital.
To know that Melissa's name is living on, her legacy continues. And I think that was very important to Amy and I, is why the fund is named after her. Because for 7 weeks, Melissa fought so that Aunt Catherine would have a chance to live. And I think that we wouldn't be doing her name any justice if we didn't carry on, because we know we wanted to honor her and honor her legacy. And the community, Huntsville Havoc, the community in Huntsville itself, they've rallied around that. And it's been a wonderful support system for us. And I think for a lot of families too, when they see total strangers that are giving.
We're online at HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org. Click on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund and you can give that way.
There's no donation that's too small, and every dollar is just as important as the next one. And if you're giving, then we understand you're giving because you care. And that's what's important, is that we've learned over the years that people give because they care.
And you can volunteer. If you're interested in that, you can click on the volunteer tab to fill out an application. We are grateful for any type of support because we know that once we pull those dollars together, we can do big things.
For more information on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund, visit HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org.
I'm Austin Alger, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
As we mentioned earlier, the Havoc posted a win for their season opener last Friday. Since Laura and Catherine gave a recap of the game, here are some numbers from that 4-2 victory over Roanoke. Matt Allen scored 2 of the 4 Huntsville goals with assists on the first one from Gio Procopio and Josh Kestner. David Novotny and Terry Ryder helped out on the second one. Allen is also the league leader in goals and points after week 1. Austin Alger got a hand from Gio for the team's second goal. Novotny, Jacob Arsenal, and Allen got together on the Havoc's third one. Huntsville had 32 shots on goal to the Rail Yard Dogs' 34. Brian Wilson was the winning goalie, rejecting 32 Roanoke attempts. The Havoc ended up with 49 penalty minutes to 43 for the home team. Cole Reginato totaled 19 in the contest and was fined back on Tuesday by the SPHL for getting a double minor penalty for roughing. Novotny was the first star of the game. This Friday features the home opener against Pensacola at the VBC. The team hits the road on Saturday to play Macon. They'll be at Evansville on Tuesday to end out the month. A trick-or-treat watch party has been scheduled for November 1st at Probst Arena for the team's away game against Quad City. Local sponsors, vendors, and community groups will be set up with tables throughout the arena, handing out candy and goodies for kids of all ages. Chaos and Ruckus will be on hand to take photos and hand out candy while providing their own brand of fun. Havoc merchandise and arena concessions will also be available for purchase throughout the night. All Havoc tickets are digital and can be accessed through a mobile device. Go online to HuntsvilleHavoc.com and under the Tickets tab, click on Mobile Ticketing. Keep in mind, too, that the VBC is a cashless venue. Concession stands or bars will not accept cash, and Chuck-a-Puck purchase is only available online. Go to the Fan Zone tab at HuntsvilleHavoc.com and click on Auctions Powered by Dash. Be aware of the VBC's clear bag only policy for Havoc games. This includes no clutch purses, fanny packs, and diaper bags. Exceptions to the policy will be made for all medically necessary items after proper inspection. For more information, plus a list of prohibited items, go to HuntsvilleHavoc.com and under the Fan Zone tab, click Security. Remember, if you're a season ticket holder, doors will open at 5:30 p.m. and remain open until puck drop. You can enter through the doors in the hallway adjacent to the Havoc front office and VBC box office.
Do you have a question or a suggestion for a potential upcoming guest on the Reekin Havoc podcast? Send an email to reekinhavoc@outlook.com. That's REEKIN havoc@outlook.com. Leave us a text or voicemail at 256-434-RKKN. That's 256-434-7556. Or send us a message via Facebook or Instagram.
The Reekin Havoc podcast.
For those returning from military service, the transition back to civilian life isn't always easy. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant Bill Cook talks about still serving veterans.
The mission of Still Serving Veterans is to serve and honor veterans and their families by empowering them to build meaningful lives. And we do that through connecting to fulfilling careers, getting the benefits they deserve, or the services that they need. We have never charged anybody anything for our services. A group of business leaders in town felt there was a need to help the seriously wounded make that transition back into civilian life. Employment services, VA benefits, and connections to other community services. That's what we do. If you're a veteran and you need help, please get a hold of us. Go to that website, ssv.org, and you can find out pretty much anything you need to know about still serving veterans.
In Huntsville, call 256-883-7035. tickets, official Huntsville Havoc merchandise, and more, go to huntsvillehavoc.com. Visit our website at reekinhavoc.com. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. And listen, follow, and subscribe to the Reekin Havoc podcast on your favorite platform to keep up with the only weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Reekin Havoc podcast.